vibes. Now you're locked in the midday chop up right here with your girl, Erin Ream, man. It's all about Chat Trap, talking about your hot topics in the media today. And right now I got DJ Pressure that is joining me on air today, man. But hold up, Pressure, letting you know, of course, Chat Trap is being brought to you by the Credit Union. And credit unions of the Bahamas are dedicated to improving the quality of life for all through their philosophy of people helping people to help themselves. The Credit Unions of the Bahamas is committed to helping people build and maintain a better financial future by serving its members, communities, and the country as a whole. Give the Bahamas Cooperative Credit League Limited a call today at 302-0100 or 10, or just go ahead and like them on Facebook. That's the Bahamas Credit Union Insurance, or you can visit the office, Russell Road, Oaksfield, or the website, www.bahamascoop.com. Let's get into the juice today, man. Pressure, how you feeling?
I'm awesome, man. I'm awesome.
That's it?
Yeah. Let's get into these stories, because
what?
Let's get into these stories.
Let's just get into
Someone
it.
Wasn't planning to, right? But this is your show, so start it off, all right?
I don't even know how to feel about it anymore. Like, we're going to start off with the simpler stuff.
Right.
And then we're going to get into like what's really, really going on today. So a lot of persons, at least I saw a lot of Bohemians online, definitely did not like when they see this one. And what is the saying? When the U.S. cough, we sneeze.
Yes.
Like that?
For sure.
That's it? Okay. All right. So now one of the biggest concerts in the U.S., Coachella, is returning for the first time in 2 years. That's this April. And organizers are saying that attendees would not be required to wear a mask or be vaccinated or even tested for the coronavirus. And of course, you know, this concert drew up to 125,000 persons in California. And this is one of the biggest music festivals, like I said, even before the pandemic. So now you know, once they return, it's going to be so much more persons. So the organizers is saying that there is no guarantee express or implied that those attending the festival will not be exposed to COVID-19. And they even went on to say that, however, the festival's COVID policies may change in accordance with the applicable public health conditions. So they might change, they might not. You might catch COVID, you might not. At this point, I think everyone's just sound like they're getting exhausted.
Sound like this a might party.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, the best thing to do is still stay safe. Even though they raise the restrictions, whatever, just stay safe and take care of yourself. Because I'm not going around 100,000 people I'm not sure of.
Yeah. But then a lot of persons now, you know, they're saying that, okay, this is one of the biggest concerts in the U.S. And, you know, some other countries right now, they're telling you that, hey, they removed the mask mandate. Unless
they
they
did lift it in California. So they did lift it in California, and for Coachella itself.
And in Europe.
That's
and other places
they
as well.
looking at the money.
Yeah.
2 years they didn't have this festival?
Yeah.
It's the money. You know what I mean? And a lot of people what goes to like that type of festivity. Mm-hmm. I won't use the right term, but they more on the nature side. You know what I mean? So they not too much into the scientific belief. They more of the earth.
Yeah.
Hippies. If you want to use that word. Yeah. You know what I mean?
In a sense, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so they like us with sorority. We rather do sorority than take a needle. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is. So you can't really blame them on their belief, but still stay safe.
No, you definitely want to stay safe, especially when you're going to be around hundreds of thousands of persons. But because of this event, Coachella, you know, it is a big one. It's going to be on the outdoors. And of course, they're saying you do not need to follow any COVID-19 protocols. And now this has a lot of persons, of course, you know, in other countries or in other states, really questioning, should we still be going along with the COVID-19 rules? And I saw a few Bohemians online, you know, being very upset with the fact that this is happening. Of course, no, it's the U.S., but, you know, hey, we always watch what's happening over there. And a lot of persons was upset the fact that this concert is going on and they're not asking for COVID-19 protocols to be followed. But then just recently, you know, we have a few concerts that were going to happen here. They're not going to have it anymore. So it's just been like a whole back and forth thing. At least I've been really seeing online. A few persons just posted it. And I'm like, okay, it's definitely something to talk about. But I do think that things are going to gradually change in the year 2022. As you can see, it's turning around now.
If I put it like this, if they have a structure whereas you have to be vaccinated or COVID tests and whatever, right? I shouldn't see no reason for you not to have concerts, festivals, because these same mandates what you have is supposed to help us avoid certain things. You know what I mean? So even with regattas, we still got to do the COVID test to go over to regattas on the boats or whatever. We still got to do. We got to show all these stuff, right? So you could you could open it up. You know what I mean? Let these people do their concerts. Let these people get back to this outside island money. Let's do this. You know what I mean? But let's do it in the right way.
Yeah, let's get back slowly, I guess, get back to the new norm. But I think it's definitely going to happen with due time. But
Agree.
I'd say big news right now. Moving on to further news. Let's just stay right there because, hey, I get a little hot in here. So moving on to really, really good news. So a U.S. patient with leukemia has become the first woman and the third person to date to be cured of HIV after receiving a stem cell transplant from a donor who was naturally resistant to the virus that causes AIDS. So this is a big deal right now. The third person.
Yeah, they had the first person, I think, from Europe, a white dude. He was like 4 or 5 years ago. Stem cells, yeah. And then they have one with what they is just saying with the medicine for the COVID. Anyhow, he was cured of HIV too. So people with the disease, don't fret as much, but still stay safe.
No, you didn't. No, you definitely
you know
want
what I
to
mean?
stay safe.
Stay safe because there's a lot of treatments and
they are actually.
It's on be to that point where. Yeah, it wouldn't be a taboo thing, not to say have it, but you could actually get rid of it or protect yourself more while having it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And one thing I'd say, man, is that it's about that time because even if you watch at least I watched a Netflix series called Orphan Black. That's what it's called. Right. Orphan Black. And they even talked about stem cell transplant and just different things of this sort. So it's like to now finally see, okay, hey, it's coming about. It's actually working. It's like a lot of things that we see in these movies and these shows.
It coming to fruition.
They're practicing it.
That's why certain people is actually pushing for the stem cells. We ain't gonna call it name, but it's pushing for it. But the movies actually show exactly what the world is about. You know what I mean? Some people say, "Oh, that's fantasy and this," but it always based off some type of reality or some type of fruition. You know what I mean? What about to take place? You know, so don't close your eyes to these movies without there. Some of us might be superheroes and we don't even know.
Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. You mean the other, I think was like a year ago?
Yeah.
When they said that black people were supposed to have superpowers?
Yeah, we do. We do. I'm proud to be black.
I'm still waiting on mine. I am still waiting on mine.
I know what mine is.
Oh, goodness, pressure. What is it? Let me hear this.
A super A-W.
A double. Anyhow, we ain't gonna say the last.
You in turtle mode right now. You could get you could get it.
Oh goodness, man. But yes, so I'd say I really think though, of course, when this come about even more the stem cell transplant, that it probably is going to be expensive though.
Oh yeah, for sure. It could be for the rich. It could be for the rich.
Yeah,
then
it's definitely gonna
whatever
cost
is
you
the
some.
watered down version, then the others will get.
Yeah, it's gonna cost you some money. I could say that. So I'm just saying,
I think the more why people really is be with the stem. All right, put it like this: with the stem cell, I think is because where they have to get the stem cells actually from is more of the debate. From like what is unborn fetuses or something like that. Yeah, so it has to do with the fetal and all that other stuff. You know what I mean? So that's what the more uproar about it.
Yeah, and this one they said it was from a donor who was naturally resistant. To the virus. I don't know you're naturally resistant.
You are.
To AIDS, but you can be. Okay.
You are.
Okay.
Certain disease you could catch, I could never catch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's what I say. Superhumans, you see what I said? Yeah, back to it.
So moving on to the hottest topic of today, man. Well, I really needed pressure to, of course, join me on air. It's crazy to see what is happening today. And of course, this is not just only happening internationally. A lot of these situations are occurring right here in the Bahamas. That's why I definitely do love to bring up these topics. So strange news recently had hit headlines stating that 2 students, a boyfriend and girlfriend, and the boyfriend was actually 26 years old and the girlfriend is 19. And they both attended university together in Utah, and they decided to, quote unquote, commit suicide together. However, the boyfriend had lived. Now, this is what the headlines are stating. Now, apparently, the boyfriend had sent an email to a staff member at the university that stated that he injected his girlfriend with heroin to relieve her from suffering, and the email indicated that both would be dead when they were found. However, at the hotel, the police only found the 19-year-old woman deceased in a room with a boyfriend still alive. Now, he told the police that he and his girlfriend intended to commit suicide together, and he actually ordered heroin and fentanyl online, and he and the victim had both snorted the heroin, and the woman became unresponsive after taking heroin, and then the boyfriend injected her with a high dose of heroin, which killed her. Then he injected himself with the heroin and remained in the room with her until the police came. So it kind of sounds like, at this point, I really thought, at least at the beginning, I really thought that, they probably decided to commit suicide together and he just lived. It sounded like he killed her.
He did kill her.
Yeah, it really
it's a
sounded like he
suicide murder
it.
gone wrong. Mm-hmm. That's weird.
It is very odd. And I'm just saying, of course, because we've just been seeing so many things in our media today with a lot of these young abusive relationships, and even just abusive relationships on the whole.
But
and it's just like,
I wouldn't even say that part is
What?
abusive unless he actually intentionally killed her. But if it was, or two of them was trying to commit suicide together, so two of them was trying to go out together, so it wouldn't be. What would be the reason for you to commit suicide together?
but to me, it's kind of odd. I'm just saying.
No, it is
not-
odd. I think for sure he killed her.
Not trying to really, I guess be an investigator or really look too deep into it. But it's like, okay, I think if they were committing suicide together, then they just would have did it and the both of them would have been dead. They didn't need to contact anyone. Why would you need to contact?
He looking for an alibi.
What? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Simple.
Okay, I still don't get it. But I'm saying, but why?
You don't get it?
But why does he need
Why
to
would I?
email
Why, all right,
someone?
exactly. And who he emailed? He didn't even email his parents. He
No,
didn't
email staff.
The staff. Mm-hmm. He could have emailed his parents or someone else, who could be like, all right.
Oh, yes, I understand it now.
Or
Okay,
even the
okay.
police.
Yeah.
Why the staff?
Yeah. So, yeah, and that's what he told them. And I guess, I don't know. So I think he probably just injected himself with enough heroin to make it seem as though he was possibly trying to kill himself.
And what could mess him over is autopsy.
Yeah.
Because it could show the time of death, how much he put in himself
How much
and
he
in her.
injected. Yeah. Oh, man. All I can say is, I don't know what's going on in these relationships today. Seeing the Valentine's Day was even just on Monday. I'm just saying, if you are in a relationship that you know is super toxic, super unhealthy, get out of it today. Try your best to get out of it. If you got to go to the police, whatever it may be. But I just think that mentally, a lot of people are not doing okay.
At all.
At all. I don't know. The pandemic would, of course, whether it was you losing your job, things just wasn't the same. Things aren't really back to normal as yet. And it's still really tough for a lot of people mentally. And I think it's really tough. It's tough for women, but I think it's really tough on men. Seeing that
It's all about support, It's really about support. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you got someone who you could trust and talk to and basically vent and get stuff off your mind so you could feel at least some type of relief.
Yeah.
And trust yourself in that person. If you don't trust people, get a therapist.
Yeah.
It ain't bad to get a therapist. With us black people, we don't like doctors. We don't like no one telling us what to do, right? But if you in that state of mind where you really need help, find someone you could confide in, like a therapist or a good friend who it could stay right there, But mental health is a serious thing, and we gotta get through it,
We definitely have to get through it, because I know it's not just this situation that's going on in the U.S. Like I said, I know situations are happening here as well with a lot of persons in unhealthy relationships. So I just say get far away from it as soon as you can. When you start seeing the signs, when you start seeing the red flags, please do not ignore it. Walk away as soon as possible.
Facts.
Yeah, so that is definitely it for Chat Trap today. Really want to let you know what's happening in the media, and I definitely want to bring this to your attention, because although we were celebrating just recently the most lovable day of the year, it's still a whole lot of toxicity that is happening behind those posts on social media. And, behind those gifts that we all see that everyone is posting up as well. So I'm just saying, get out of it as soon as you can. But Chat Trap was brought to you by the Credit Union, and remind you to join the Credit Union today. They offer services and savings, loans, mortgages, financial counseling, fixed deposits, loan protection, and life savings and retirement savings as well. So like the Bahamas Cooperative League's Facebook page, or follow Credit Unions of the Bahamas on Instagram, or for more information, give them a call today at 302-0100. People helping people to help themselves. Throwing it back, Wayne Wonder right now, no letting go.